All right, we are live.
Okay.
We are live. Welcome to Choosing Recovery. I'm Scott. I'm a grateful recovering addict, and this is the first ever men's recovery podcast on this channel. We are excited. It's going to happen every Saturday. Depending on how it's going, how everyone reaches out, we are going to either have 3 groups of 5 or 1 group of 8 like we have right now, which is awesome. Great show out. Let's go around and introduce ourselves, starting with you, Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael, Lonely Ronin, Shark on TikTok, from Ohio.
What's going on?
Not a whole lot. I'm in rehab, out here doing my thing, trying to spread the word, share what I learned here on my life and stuff. So, just doing it,
Absolutely. All right, Digger. Digger, you're muted, buddy.
Now I got it. Technical difficulty. Yeah, 80 Digger 88, Alan. Grateful recovering addict and alcoholic. Coming on here because I've seen the power of words in my life when people share their story. So if you can do that on a bigger platform and get it out to more people. Yeah, we get our haters, but I bet you we help a lot more people.
Absolutely.
We get haters. Yeah. I'm just enjoying the ride. I'm glad to be a part of this. I feel honored. And I can't wait to dig in on this.
Awesome. Tyler, what's up, buddy?
Hi, my name's Tyler. I go by
Check the audio.
Blue Collar Dad on TikTok, and I'm a big hype man. I don't make a lot of videos, but you'll see me popping up in people's comments, hyping them up. I just got done doing my podcast with Olivia and Scott, and just being able to do that it's a blessing. So
I'm glad to have you. Travis.
Hey everybody, Travis, neighborhood alcoholic and addict. Alky is an alcohol to work. The game limit. No, but I'm here. I have everything's going right now in my life, and I want and it wasn't too long ago that it really wasn't. 66 days today sober. So
Yeah, let's go.
wasn't long ago when everything was falling apart, and today I'm have a baby coming, I'm engaged, closed on a house, we're moving, everything's going the way it's supposed to because of recovery. So awesome. I want to make sure everybody hears about it.
Congratulations,
I love
brother.
you, brother.
All right, Scott, how's it going, buddy?
Good. My name's Scott. I'm a recovering alcoholic. I am Recovery Grind Oatmeal on TikTok. I make a ton of videos. I'm going to try to censor my language. Sorry about that.
Dude, no, don't censor. You're all right.
I make a shit ton of videos on there. I make a fool out of myself just to make people laugh. I enjoy doing that. And if it helps bring people...
Kimberly,
into
welcome to the
recovery,
live. We are live right now for Men's Recovery podcast. Stay tuned.
But it's true, we do get a lot of haters. Your old school AA guys, your old school guys will look down on what we do for talking about it in front of such a large group of people, but I really don't care what they think. It's about attraction. We want people to come in. We want people to be part of it. We want to inspire people and help them. And that's why I'm here, and that's what we're here for. I'm 140 days sober today.
Let's go, bro.
It's because of TikTok. It's because of the inspiration I found on TikTok, and I just feel like I have to give some of that back.
Yep.
Love it, man. Love
Me too,
it.
bro. Me too.
This place, it's definitely saved lives, man. It's definitely helped my life in many ways. All right, Ben, what's up, Ben?
Hey, I'm Ben, and I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. I go by Canuck Dad 44 on TikTok, and go by a bunch of other names. But no, I'm here for honestly, I'm here to support everybody in the recovery community. My one belief is that we all have our own paths, we all have our way of doing things, and I don't think it's the right way is to judge the way one person's doing it. Personally, I go through AA and NA, and rather than me judge another person's recovery, I'd rather learn how they are recovering and see how they are doing it, and try to support them rather than putting it down. So that's why I'm here, man. And it's not only to support others. I get just as much For my
Welcome
own
everyone to the
recovery,
live. We
I
are
go
live on
TikTok
YouTube right
and
now
I
for the
do
first Men's
my
Recovery
support
podcast on
others,
Choosing
so
Recovery's channel.
It's
Check it
it's
out.
a 50-50 thing, man. I need you guys. You guys, that's how it is. So.
We need you too, brother.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
man. Love that, Ben.
Definitely.
Love that, Ben. Brian, what's up, man?
How you doing? Brian, I go by Addicted Mind on TikTok. I have a lot of health issues that kind of had me sidelined, and with this pandemic, I've been locked down for the last year. So finally getting the vaccine, and I determined to find a way to get involved in this recovery community.
Love it.
So found TikTok and ran with it.
We're happy you're here, man.
Absolutely. And again, I am Scott. I am from Choosing Recovery. And the reason why we started all this, man, is just because, especially with the pandemic going on, a lot of people didn't have viable sources out there. They needed their meetings. They needed the in-person contact, and they didn't have that. We've lost a lot of people because of that. So as not only just me, but everyone else on here, for the same purpose of just trying to help another addict and alcoholic, it's all about giving back. In order to keep it, you got to give it away. So I wanted to say thank you to every one of you for the service, because that's what it is. It's service work, and it's amazing. It's what helps us stay clean today. So we've decided for the icebreaker, we're gonna go around and talk about how we got here, what led us to TikTok, what led us to making videos and content, just to help reach out to the next person, and just a little bit about ourselves, so people that are watching, they can get a little bit more comfortable and get to know us. So who would like to go first? Anybody?
I'll kick it off.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
All right, Brian, let's go.
What really got me into making videos was I'm in the Philadelphia area. I'm in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and you see a lot of videos on TikTok in Kensington. Right outside of Philly, or some people say in Philly, whatever. But seeing a lot of those videos and people making fun of
Thank you,
others,
Kim. Appreciate it.
I got tired of it. So I
I'm
decided to
Washington.
start making content and just
Welcome to
try and put my
Google
2
Live.
cents in places and try and change the view of, what a recovering addict or an addict is.
Absolutely. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it. Scott, you wanted to go next?
Sure, yeah. I got involved with TikTok. Actually, my brother, he talked me into it, and I was still actually drinking at the time. I was just a drunk shithead. But then I came across the Anti-Shark, and I came across Recovery Mike. I felt very inspired by the two of them. Recovery Army is a great organization. It's actually a non-profit organization now. So I support that with everything I have. And just seeing them doing it out loud.
Babe, I don't need to be screen sharing this, right?
Make a change in my life.
With WeVideo, right?
It's worked out really well.
You don't need to be.
Because it's live, it saves automatically, right?
I want to be able to help people. And Recovery Mike has an outreach program in
Did you do
Kensington.
it?
I'm not
that
on
he goes
WeVideo.
to. He
Oh,
said he
perfect.
tries to. He said he got
Hey,
out
Run
of
for My
hell,
Life. We are
and he
live
tried to
right
bring
now
people
on our
back
YouTube channel,
to it.
Choosing Recovery, with the first Men's Recovery podcast on our channel. If you want to jump over there, go check it out so you can see what it's all about.
That's not cool, man. It's just people getting pleasure out of other people's pain, and that's not okay. And I like to try to end the stigma of what it's like to be in that position. Those are people too. They all have mothers, brothers, sisters that all love them, care about them, and they need to have a little bit of support too. And that's what I want to do. I want to help people, and if anything that I do brings just one person in, just brings one person in and helps them, that's what we're here for. And that's what kept me on TikTok, because I wasn't even going to do it, to be honest with you. I had no interest, because, honestly, when you first get on TikTok, what's the first videos you see? A bunch of young kids, a bunch of girls not with hardly any clothes on that are younger than The first time I
Ben
downloaded
Moore,
it,
welcome to the live right now. We are
Yeah,
live
first time I
on Choosing
downloaded it,
Recovery
I actually
on our
deleted it
YouTube
because
channel
I was
right
like,
now
I
for
can't
first
watch
ever
it.
Men's Recovery podcast. Come check it out over there.
But my brother's like, no, it works on an algorithm. Yeah, it works on an algorithm. You get back on there, then you start looking up videos that you want to see. And then I just happened to stumble across the Anti-Shark, Jamie, and Recovery Mike, and those, they literally saved my life, both of those two. I made a video about them too.
That is
Saved
awesome.
my life, and how much I appreciate them.
And
Yeah,
I love getting.
I remember.
Yeah, I love getting down there and hyping everybody up. You know, somebody posts their times and their dates and whatever, and it's amazing how many people have reached out to me. It's I get so many messages every day about people needing help and wanting, you know, and I try to lead them in the right direction, lead them to people that are more equipped to help them than I am, that can help them with their recovery and get them into programs and rehabs and things like that, which is what the Auntie Shark does. I mean, she's amazing. And that's what Recovery Mike does. He's an amazing guy, and so many others on here too, for sure.
Scott Paul Johnson says, freaking love you, Scott Bond. You help me daily. Loves it.
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, love you, Paul.
We also have a live chat going on so people can interact with us. So I'm going to be able to set it up for the next video to where like all you guys can see live chat, interact too, as long, you know what I mean, along with your lives on TikTok. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, guys. Oh, Scott, again, when I finally got clean and sober, I finally realized what I had a purpose for in life, because I never felt like I had a purpose. I always lived off everyone else's purpose for me, you know. So everything in my life was always a decision by another person. So when I finally got to feel like what it was like to truly help myself, because I never did that before, but then to be able to help another person and genuinely mean it, I understand to the fullest of what you're talking about, you know. Just the helping one person, it makes it worth it. So.
Yeah, they say you can only keep what you have by giving it away.
100%. 100%. All right, who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay, let's go.
I relate a lot to what Scott said. You know, I just got on to check it out, and it was the same type of thing. You know, see all these scantily clad women, and I deleted it the first time too. And then I was like, all right, I got to give it a real shot. So I got in there and just started scrolling through, and it was the first person I saw was Recovery Mike, and he just the words that he says and how he says it made me believe that there's a lot better things in recovery that you can do, and that's what got me to start saying stuff to people and getting on podcasts and it just wanting to be a help, you know.
Anyone you
Because
can tag
I
all
was
their
such a
TikTok
hindrance
names?
for so many years while I was using.
Sorry, what?
Can
You
you
know,
tag all their
and
TikTok
I
names
used
by
to be a real
chance?
shithead.
To where?
The
So
live chat
to
is
be
the
able
one app.
to come on and do the podcast with Scott and Olivia and be able to share my story and get the feedback, that helps me a ton. And that's where, you know, I grow. And I don't, like I said, I don't make a lot of videos. I'm there as more of a hype man.
Awesome, Tyler. Awesome. That's the biggest thing I've seen on here is just people cheering people on. And I know there is like negativity in a lot of places going on right now with TikTok, but I'm so glad that there's so many more creators out there that are trying to shut that down and to be able to help that person that is actually getting like, you know, because it's not what we're here to do. We're here to help.
We don't need that division.
No.
You know,
No, we don't.
It's all about the newcomer too, man. It really is.
Yeah.
It's all about the newcomer, because without the newcomer, dude, this wouldn't exist.
Yeah,
That's true. This wouldn't exist.
One of my favorite things is shutting somebody down that's trying to talk bad about another state. I love shutting down people on my videos.
Well, I made a very loud video about that because I received a message on one of my videos saying that she was new to recovery and it was starting to push her away, and you can see the comment above my head, and I don't usually make videos where I'm ranting and raving, but I ranted and raved in that one. And that particular video, I almost took it down because, you know, I was like, maybe it's not my place to open my mouth like that. But as a result of that video, a young lady reached out to me that was on her first day, and she appreciated what I had to say.
Absolutely.
And she reached out to me, so I left the video up there, and now she contacts me every day, and she's been telling me how she's doing, and she's doing a lot better, and I pray to God that she continues on that path.
That's awesome.
It is.
Man.
Came into it, you see all these people when we felt alone, and seeing that everybody understands, and then you come onto it and you see a bunch of people beefing in that community.
Oh,
Hey, like, what the fuck?
All this recovery shit, and like we're missing the point. And I think, you know, because as addicts and alcoholics, we love a good dumpster fire.
Yeah. But that's why you can't hide your voice, man. You can't hide your voice. You got to speak out. When you think something's wrong, it's probably wrong, you know?
Exactly.
But when you have to there's so many people out there taking other people's inventory. That means there's something fucked up with them. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is.
I think
And that's and
the biggest.
I've been there. I've taken many people's inventory, especially in active addiction. That's all I ever did because I didn't want to care about any of my issues. I was so focused about everyone else's. So when the newcomer comes in and someone's got something to say about them, whether it doesn't matter. If they're on MAT, guess what? They're on MAT. That's their life. It's not my life. You know, like that's my opinion. You know, it's what makes you. Why would you want to push that person back out there? You know, like back to active addiction because that's what it's going to lead to.
I get a lot of flack because I smoke. Cause I'm ADHD. I'm ADHD as hell. I've got my med card. I'm in Ohio.
Okay.
And but I still get flack because people are like, well, if you smoke, you're not clean. I'm like, but when I smoke sativas. I know what I'm smoking. It's controlled. I don't get high off of it. I get chill where I can sit here, focus, and talk to you guys. And you know what I mean? It's just
You're not out running the streets anymore.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that's the other point I try to make. I go to a dispensary. I don't deal with your average street dealer. I'm not off in the hood.
Yeah.
Dope, or I'm gonna run by my old fucking dope dealer.
Yeah, you're not robbing, lying, stealing, cheating. You know what I mean? It's
not addiction, right?
not at all. So.
I mean, you know, something. I'll say something else that kind of reminds me of. If you're in AA meetings a lot.
Say this meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade now to remove 40-minute time limit.
I don't really care what program you work, like I said. But like I do AA, and all the time you hear people, even people
Just
a lot of
stay
times
with
say they
it.
struggle with religion
Running
or their
this
higher
meeting will
power
end in 10
because
minutes.
of the
Upgrade now
church,
to remove
right? Or
40-minute time
because
limit.
of the people of the church that push you away. Not so much your higher power, but like the church itself, where it's judgmental and stuff like that, and that pushes a lot of people away. I find that this attitude of like, if you don't do it my way, you're not really recovering is this same damn thing I hear everybody complaining about in the church. Like you're saying, like you're becoming the church and we're losing the point is that it's not used today. Whatever you got to do to get there, fucking get there. Yep. Hit the boat.
2 to 10.
Here's my thoughts on it. You know, it's a lot of people tend to forget that, you know, us that are recovering addicts and alcoholics, we're not there to govern everybody, right? And you know, I was so fortunate when I went through my first set of steps with a sponsor. He was pretty good, and you know, he made it very clear that, you know, it's not my job to take AA's name or NA's name and drag it into controversies, right? So, you know, there's one thing that Scott mentioned earlier about, you know, some complaining that we're talking about AA and NA stuff online and you know, making it a big public thing. I think that's fine. I mean, really, we're promoting recovery. We're doing the right thing, right? What I think is the wrong thing is taking those names and, you know, implementing it into controversy, right? So if I think that, you know, what I do in AA or how I run my program is how Travis should run his program or how Mike should run his program, all of a sudden, you know, I'm taking my recovery and I'm bringing it into controversy, right? And it's the same thing if I applied, you know, if I applied my recovery to politics or anything of that sort. You know, we're not attracting anybody to recovery, right? At that point, all we're doing is we're pushing people forward, right? So I think let's drop it, right? And that's one thing, you know, when I seen some of those beefs come up, right? I just, you know, there was one video I seen and it made me so angry, and you know, I wanted to reply with just complete aggression. You know what I mean? Like it was just like, I'm gonna reply to this and I'm gonna put this person in their place, right? And I thought about it for a minute and I thought, you know, the best way to reply to this shit isn't with
Clean and
anger,
sober, Dad. What's
with,
up, brother?
you know,
We are live right now for the first ever
you know,
men's
if one
recovery
person's sending a message
podcast
that, like,
on
you know,
Choosing Recovery
negative,
Live,
negative, I'm
YouTube.
gonna
Let's
reply
go.
with a positive
So
message. You know what I
Paul
mean?
wants to get
Because
All right,
if
Paul,
somebody's
let's
going
do
through
this,
their
Paul.
algorithm and they see that negative crap and hopefully they hit my video and it's positive, then I'm gonna switch the tide, right? If I just make a negative video in reply to their negative video,
The Cousin
then the whole
Shark,
damn
what's
thing is
up,
just
man?
negative,
Live
right?
right now on YouTube.
So,
Go over to
you know,
the
that's my
YouTube,
thing.
check it out,
I'm trying
guys.
to fight the negative.
For the first men's recovery podcast
You get
live
in what
on
you
our
put out.
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Well, I have a problem with my impulse control because, you know, ADHD. So sometimes I'll shoot back on a video and then I have like a whole group of people that I talk to every day because of TikTok, but the whole group of us, we talk to each other. and they'll be like, dude, what were you thinking? Go get rid of that before somebody sees it. They'll be like, what do you mean? You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, you're right. I did call his mom a bitch. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about it, and I just didn't say it. So I try to take stuff like that down after the fact.
I saw the other day that the biggest problem I had was unsolicited advice. There's people out there that are doing the recovery the way they want to do the recovery, and one of the things I've learned through other people is that you are supposed to wait for people to reach out to you.
Super blessed. We are live on YouTube right now for the first men's recovery podcast for Choosing Recovery. So if you'd like to go over our YouTube channel and chat with everyone over there, that'd be awesome.
Don't feel judged, and it's not our place to judge anybody. It's up to that person to reach out to us.
Do you guys run into a lot of that on your pages and stuff like that? Do you guys run into a lot of like comments and stuff? Because I maybe it's because like Alan said, I'm the Mr. Rogers of recovery. I don't really run into that. Now I got the comb over and I look a certain way. I don't look maybe like they think a fucking drug addict looks, but I'm a full blown one. I don't know. But I get all the nice comments. I don't get a lot.
I don't get a whole lot of negative comments myself, but when I do, they're spammers, and you can tell because you'll go in after the fact and see that they don't have any content or there's no name, and you'll be like, man, why did I even get mad?
Sean, my wife will leave a comment in here explaining how it works. Love to have you on here.
I didn't have any personal experience with it, but I did see like some rebuttal videos, like people making videos over a comment that was made, or people making videos over somebody coming at them for the recovery. And I don't agree with the rebuttal videos to begin with, because it just keeps the situation going, it keeps it brewing. And I learned the other day in a meeting there, Travis played that. You just ignore that shit and you let it roll off your shoulders, man. And you come back, and if you do come back with positivity. Tell that person that hey, I respect your opinion. God bless you, and move on. And the videos, and the people making the shitty comments are just gonna feel stupid if you don't feed into it. Then they got no platform to stand on. I've had one negative comment before, and I made a video about it, and I just made a joke about it. I laughed at it. I thanked them because I felt like I was getting somewhere in my life, because I finally had a hater. Somebody finally noticed me. I made a joke about it. And the reaction was incredible.
Mr. Rogers was meant as a term of endearment because I
like it. I love it. I'm not complaining at all. I talked to my fiance the other day. I consider my TikTok handle to the Mr. Rogers of recovery because I loved it so much. I don't have anything because it's but like I do on my page, I very much focus on. Like, yeah, I go through rough stuff and I'll post it when shit sucks. I'm not like, I've relapsed several times on TikTok and I had to go in and make a post and deal, But my thing is, I do that not like, it sucks. It's shameful to be like, fuck, man, I gotta put it out. I don't have a bunch, but a couple thousand people now know I failed. And I gotta put it out there.
But that's an inspiration. That's how people learn that they can come back. They don't have to go back out and go back on a run. They don't. It doesn't have to go out and get to your worst again.
Right.
And when you tell on yourself, when you're accountable, humble, and you tell on yourself, it's that much easier to get the support from everyone around you to know it's okay. I'm loved. I can come back.
I like that we can make mistakes.
Absolutely.
We can learn still. That's like some of the biggest learning I've done is while doing this. Because sometimes my ego kicks into place, and I'll make a video that I really shouldn't post. And I do it, and then I got right. And a lot of what I learned from was like I made a comment about that whole California sober thing, and what I'm learning is that what business is it of mine? It's mine. That's my ego. Like, what business is it of mine? If she's trying to get healthy, if you guys are trying to get healthy because it's not my recovery path, I got a problem with it. Like, I had to check my ego at the door, and that's what I like about TikTok too. Is I learn.
Exactly.
I'm still learning.
Exactly.
Each other. People relapse and come back. Like Travis, I know it sucked. But watching your videos and the process of you falling, getting back up was a huge inspiration to me, let alone probably a lot of people to see that, it's not the end of the line and you don't have to give up just because you slipped, right?
Exactly.
And you're still here, you're killing it, and you're still being Mr. Rogers, and I love it.
Absolutely.
You fall down 8 times, you get up 9 times, man. It's good to show people that it's possible.
Hey guys, I just had to upgrade my Zoom to Pro, because if you don't have it upgraded, it's only a 40-minute video. It's still counting down for me at a minute, So if it cuts out our video at a minute, we were gonna jump right back on. I will shoot everybody a code right away.
Right.
So I'll entertain everybody by dancing or something.
Oh
Dude,
my
listen, let me
God.
tell you though. Let me tell you how proud of you guys I am. Like, this is unreal. This is such a good feeling, dude. Our chat's blowing up. You know, like, everyone's talking. People want to be a part of it. We're gaining more women to be a part of it just by watching this. You know, like, this is awesome, dude. This is what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man, this is what it's all
Yeah,
about.
I just, we can actually show people that we can actually smile now and not have chemicals in our bodies.
Exactly.
And that's huge, man. You know, we can go out and make asses of ourselves and still smile and laugh at ourselves.
Having fun in our recovery, baby. That's the problem.
Having fun in our recovery. Yes, that's what it's about.
You know? And it doesn't matter where you're at. It's a part of life. It's learning how to, you know what I mean? Even like going to work, even doing things that you never thought were enjoyable. You know, I will never do anything that makes me miserable. Ever
I'm
again.
busy. I'm on a podcast.
Like,
Subscribing.
you better not do that one next time you scream across the room, man.
Yeah.
I'm having fun in my recovery. I'm gonna die.
All right. If it doesn't, it cut out. All right. So, upgrade. I already upgraded. Join a meeting. Babe, can you do this for me? I need like help.
The same meeting, right?
I need them all back. Yeah. It cut out.
Lovey, baby.
No, I'm
please
not.
Calm down.
No, I'm not saying it like that. I'm saying it cut out.
Oh. Okay, so the login.
Sorry, live. This will be a one-time thing. We upgraded to our thing.
879.
Where do I go, baby? Right here.
There. 448 9. Maybe that's an 8.
Let me see.
354. No, it's an 8.
Which one? The 9?
The 9. And then the password. What's that? Oh, your name? Join. Just sign into Zoom.
What is it?
Should be able to get right back into the same. Why would it do that?
I don't know. Now what?
Make it bigger. I gotta be able to see everything.
Sorry guys, we're making it happen. We are making it happen.
Wait, what's all this shit?
Meetings. Wait,
Wait, 3 p.m.
that's it.
Yeah, just tell everybody to get back on.
Same one?
Yeah. We still got 5 people on YouTube
Awesome.
waiting. So
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry. We're just again we had to
they
upgrade.
Can't hear you.
What?
They can't hear you, I don't think.
Why can't they hear me?
Oh yeah, they can.
Yeah, they can hear me. Okay, boom. Admit. Tyler. Sorry about that, guys. Tell Trav to join. Okay, boom. Boom. We got
Call has been forwarded to
4, 5,
There we go.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alan, you in? There you are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're missing one. We're missing Ty. Sorry about that. Now we're unlimited time. It didn't do that on her live though. She went for like an hour and a half last week, and it didn't do that.
Yeah.
So
Did we miss the dance while we were gone?
I don't know. It's
You did.
I think he needs to do it again.
Where we invert the women are smarter than men.
exactly yes. Hey Ty, it's just the same login.
Okay.
That doesn't have to be anymore.
All right, buddy.
Like, I've just surrendered to it. I'm like, yeah, you're smarter than me.
Just ask my wife, she'll tell you.
Well, even if I'm smarter in this situation, I'm going to lose anyway. So I'm just not waving the flag.
Yeah.
It's just good that you've accepted that. It's
My track record has proven differently. So all they've got to do is bring up like 2% of my past, and I'm like, all right, you win, checkmate.
I feel like we're in the break.
There's something I want to throw out there real quick. You guys all know Recovery Mike, and if there's anybody on here that's listening that doesn't know Recovery Mike, please go to his page and follow him, and then go to the Recovery Outreach page on Facebook, and they have a fundraiser going. They have just over $1,000 in it right now.
Yo, Lucas, hey, jump over to our live. We're live right now for the first men's recovery podcast on Choosing Recovery.
Himself is gonna go get a Brazilian wax.
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be live. His reaction is gonna be live while he's getting a Brazilian wax.
Yeah, put that video.
Anybody in the YouTube world, TikTok world, Facebook world, go to that page.
Who's doing that? Recovery Mike?
Nickel. Yes, Recovery Mike.
That's
He's gonna get a
hilarious.
Brazilian wax, and it's gonna be live streamed.
Yes.
You need to see that facial expression.
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Guys, I feel like I'm in the Brady Brunch right now. Remember how they're always like looking up?
Yeah, I felt like that on my recovery group chat the other night.
Yes, that's gotta happen.
All right. All right. Who has not shared yet?
What about how we started?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can always trail off. We're guys, bro. We have the attention span of fish, so it's gonna happen.
Like Dory.
It's gonna happen, so it's okay. You know, I want us. This is a talk. This is just us shooting the shit. Exactly.
That's what we wanted, yeah.
Absolutely. So,
I'll hop in, but one good.
all right, let's hear it.
So like I joined TikTok originally. My fiance had it first, and she was just laughing at videos, like weird stuff, like dogs and shit. So I downloaded it. I want to say last April or May, kind of when the pandemic started. I had nothing going on, and just was watching videos for a while, and just laughing at dumb stuff. Y'all, I think it was DK and Scott, y'all are better than me. I did not delete it when I saw the booty shaking. I didn't. I'm not y'all better. Sorry. That's just real. I didn't.
I have 3 daughters, bro. I couldn't do it.
Hey, I respect it. I'm just not even better than me. But you know who I saw? I saw Soberflex. He was the first person. Darren was the first person I saw on here talking about recovery. And to be honest, him and then B Magic were the 2 people that I saw. And
B Magic was one of the first.
And the thing about them that really kind of sucked me in is like if I would comment, like I would comment on Darren and stuff, he'd respond. I mean, he has, at that time he had like 20,000 or whatever. Now he's at 100. But like he'd respond all the time. Like and then I just kind of decided to start counting my days when I tried to start getting sober. And like guys like him, B Magic got me at over 1,000 in his live, so I could go live and talk about my story. Those guys really kind of helped push me out there so that I'd be more willing to talk about.
Thank you, Roger.
TikTok.
Much
so I really
appreciated,
kinda know
brother.
everything. And then I went and met Darren and got to meet him, and he's a better person in real life than he is on his TikTok. That dude was pushing a lawnmower and carrying a fucking weed eater on his back around his neighborhood. That's how his business started. I mean, that's a fucking grind.
Yeah, it is.
Regular zero turn. And he just busts his ass, man. And there's nothing fake about that guy.
And I like Soberflex a lot. He's a good guy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's been huge in my recovery. And like, he's the first person it's like when I slip, he's the first person like, get the fuck up, man. Don't like there's not a whole bunch of bullshit. Just get up, quit it, keep it going. Quit feeling bad for yourself, keep moving. stuff like that. And then, you know, people like Recovery Sal on here was my sponsor for a while. He is awesome. He was amazing.
Recovery Sal was great, man.
Yeah, he was amazing. And to be honest, like, he was my sponsor, and I just couldn't get it. I'd be sober for a week, relapse. Sober for 2 weeks, relapse. And he pointed me in the direction of the meeting in the group that I'm in now, the How It Works program of AA. So I do 3 meetings a day with them every day. And like, I had done the steps in AA before, so they just, they don't fuck around, man. Like, I worked all 12 steps in a month. Like, they're like, this is how Bill and Bob did it. They didn't fuck around for like 12 years doing step. Like, no, get after it. You know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you sit on step 4, you sit on step 8. You start, do I really want to call the person that I stole $2,000 from and ask if they want that shit back? No, I don't want to give it back. Like, I'm good now. We're good. You know what I mean? So that's how I got into TikTok.
Absolutely. Awesome.
I'll go.
All right.
I got it pretty much like they said. I got into it. I had a girlfriend. She loved watching the funny videos, and then I started putting videos of me training my pit. I had a little pit. I was training him. And I had videos of him going up. And then one night I was sitting up. I was fucked up. I was having a real bad night. And I was scrolling through TikTok, and I seen Jamie. Jamie was the first. She was the anti-shark. I talk with her every day. That's why I call her Jamie. Her and the mama shark. Those were the first two I really started seeing.
They're on.
Jamie corresponds so
Jamie's on
much,
too?
dude. I love that woman to death. I hope she's watching
Anti-shark?
because she's a huge inspiration in my
I
life.
know Mama Shark's on.
And I remember when like people started hyping me up
Or they
on
were.
TikTok, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do that. And then people started asking my opinion, and contacting me and asking me for help. And I've got a little circle of people. We all check in with each other every day, all 4 or 5 of us. I've got a little thing. I get on my lives. I've got 10, 15 people that check in with me every day and let me know how they're doing. But I'm in a program. I'm reasonably safe, not really. We can all fall at any point. But I'm not out on the street. I'm actually in care. I'm actually where I can, talk to a counselor any time of the day if I need to, or go to the nurse, or, some people they don't have the luxury of doing a program, so I try to share part of my knowledge on here in my live. The people that I talk to every day, I send them pictures of my little group, my chat stuff we do in groups, stuff like that, have them answer questions, ask them go with their day. It's just taken off. I love it. That's how I got in on it.
Good for you, man. No, that's awesome, because there are people that don't have the luxury of getting into a program, and that's really unfortunate. But because, especially with people that are first-time users and they're trying to go to their first program, when you're answering questions like that for them, it definitely helps ease them into being able to go. Mama Shark's on chat right now, dude. So she definitely heard you, man.
She was in my live, and I gave her all the
Hey,
information.
yeah. Hey, I had her. She was on the dual live with me the other day, and that was freaking awesome. I was starstruck. I cuddled her to pass out a little bit, but I love that woman. She's great.
That's awesome. You hear that, Mama Shark?
Yeah, Mama Shark.
Hey, if you're listening, Mama Shark, we all love you.
That's awesome,
Hell
man.
yeah, we do.
Talk about the definition of bringing the recovery community together. This is awesome. All right, Digger, did you go?
No, so what got me in, I've always had no problem trying to have a loud personality, but it wasn't in a positive way. And the last podcast I was.
yeah, for sure.
It was the last podcast I did. I was actually under the influence, and I was a little embarrassed to listen to it. But what got me in, I was fresh off like a suicide attempt, right? And I'm watching TikTok, and it's making me laugh and everything. And I'm watching through the funny videos, trying to be a comedian and everything. I went to treatment, and then all of a sudden I'm like, man, I really like what, I ran across, actually the first one was Erica, and then I actually ran into Mr. Rogers there as the second person I followed. And so then he edited this video where he met Darren, and it just kind of rolled from there. I saw Ronnie, everybody. I started seeing all these people. I'm like, man, these guys, and they're all from different backgrounds. I'm like, everybody here is from a different background, and you know, it was really inspiring me. And so then I started working at a treatment center, and watching people get better, and seeing people do better. And when they would talk to me, they're like, man, I really like your story. And that's the one thing that I started hearing. I like your story. It's helping. And so I'm like, why not give this a shot? Why not turn some positivity around? And that's the one thing I didn't try. You know, because I was good at talking, just not the right way. And so I started being vulnerable and started actually sharing a little bit about my life, because I've always been scared to, because I felt like I was alone. But then when I saw like, well, you guys started to talk about it and how okay you were with it, it inspired me. And so I'm like, let's do this. So I started little by little chunks here and there, and it just felt good. And then I got a message saying, hey man, you don't know how much your video really helped me out. And then that was it. I'm like, all right, I'm doing the right thing. This is what I should be doing, is helping people. Now there's been growing pains through it, learning things, you know, I should keep to myself, things that are healthy. And a big one, like you said, is wait till somebody comes to you to start. Otherwise, just spread your general positivity, right? And that's kind of what brought me to recovery is just telling my story, and the fact that I could say what a train wreck my life was, and that might help somebody. Well, then to me, that's like an amends all in itself. It's
Absolutely.
Like if I could live this way, and maybe a little bit of the pain I caused could get better just by trying to tell somebody, you know what, you can lose everything, but you can get it back. And here's my story. Here's my take it or leave it. And it's been great so far. And that's kind of what brought me here.
Yeah,
Awesome.
teaching people how to move forward is definitely a good thing, man. When they can see that how screwed up we've been and how we move forward.
And I say it on my interviews, every time we interview someone, is, you know, we all have the same message, just a different story. You know, my story might not click to someone else's, but by you sharing your story, they might just, dude, I totally relate, you know, to the fullest. Like, that's why it's so important for us to talk about what happened. You know, that's giving back itself, because it will help somebody, because someone will relate. You know, and the more the merrier. And it blows my mind every day to see how big the recovery community is just on TikTok, you know, and how much of an effect that is, and how happy it's making people, because it's giving people a purpose. And especially during this thing where people are locked in their houses all day, you know, that's not healthy for people that are new in recovery, because they're not getting they're not getting that personal interaction they need. They're not able to go out and do service work. They're not able to, you know, go out and meet other people that are in recovery. So that's where this came into play, man. That's what led me into TikTok. You know, that's what, because
people in the UK all the time and
everywhere
locked down, like they can't leave their houses.
Yeah,
and it's incredible what this community's done for them, because I mean they're just locked in their houses and they can't do anything, and that's got to be torture.
Yeah, I think you should get you get bonus points for fucking getting sober during the pandemic. You should get some some Sonic gold rings.
You know, I got a lot of shit for doing this.
Absolutely, Robert.
From my old friends and my old, you know, hoodlums and everything, and they give me shit, my old mining buddies, because the last place you can open up about vulnerability is in a mining environment, and no one there will share their feelings. And so I started getting shit about it, and they're like, why do you do that? Are you okay? You know, why are you talking about all these things out loud? You know, you shouldn't do that. You know, these people aren't your real friends. Like, you know, you're lost in the cyber world and everything. And you know what? This community and watching, even logging in on these lives and everything, like APTV, Mama Shark, all these people we're talking about, right? And hearing and seeing the positivity spread, the change it's made in my life. It's like, how many of y'all were there for me when I was at my lowest in person? But every one of these people's been here for me whenever I needed it, right? This recovery community is here 24/7. You know, when I was at my down and out, and I was ready to pull that trigger, I had no one was there for me. No one was on my doorstep, nothing like that. But when I started doing this, every one of you guys, everybody's here for you. You know, so who's really the real friends, and what's really the good movement? Was I brainwashed before? And I think that's the case. I was brainwashed before into thinking you can't talk about it, and thinking that you don't have somebody. And now, this is the new way of life.
it is.
Definitely.
Amen.
APTV recovery, man. It's amazing. Her lives are awesome.
Yeah.
She's got such a good vibe, man. If anybody doesn't follow her, go follow her.
Incredible.
She's amazing.
Awesome.
Hey, like he was saying though, he was saying there how all the people were like, well, they're not your real friends. Well, okay, you know what I did? I'm in rehab. I'm probably 4 or 5 hours away from home. I stopped calling people from home. I stopped calling everybody, calling out. I don't call out. You know who calls me? People I met on TikTok. People I don't fucking know. None of the people
Really,
on
though?
phone call me. Like, really, these people are my friends. I think I found out who my friends are.
No, really though, all my friends are behind another computer screen. You know, it's like, and that's okay with me though, because you know, I don't need a million friends anymore to make myself happy. I used to not be able to be alone in a room for 2 seconds by myself. You know, so from where I'm at now to compare to where I was at then, this is great. You know what I mean? This is great. This is what called building a support network. This is the definition of it.
And I took the time to go down. I went and met Recovery Mike. Went for
Yeah.
the weekend at his house.
Yeah.
We had a blast. Me and my wife went down there. We hung out for the weekend. We celebrated his birthday. We celebrated my 4 months. It was the first party I ever went to where all the red Solo cups weren't full of alcohol.
Exactly.
Pretty good.
I was on that live when you were there, Oatmeal.
Yeah. That was a
That
good
was
time.
awesome. Yeah, it was
You
awesome.
get a birthday every month in this, you know.
Yeah,
I know.
right?
That's best part. People are like clapping for me. I'm like, no one's been happy for me before.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
And I feel like the people on TikTok cheer way louder, you know, than the
Oh my
people that we
God.
used to run with, you know.
For sure.
Like, I have people hit me up, you know, how you doing? And it's people off of TikTok. It's not even real life friends.
Yeah.
The cool thing is,
We're real
in
friends
real
now.
life, the people that never used to talk about it or didn't want to talk about vulnerability will low key hit me up and message me now and say, hey, I see what you're doing. Like, how does it start? How do you get
Because you
involved?
planted that seed.
How do you get help? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I was telling Canuck dudes that eat Copenhagen for breakfast and punch bad guys, we're reaching out to me. Hey man, I've been feeling shit. Like I've been feeling depressed. What's going on? Like how did can you point me in the right? And that's the cool thing. You know,
Yeah.
that's the cool thing.
Yeah.
To see somebody take that shield down a little bit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I work in an industry where it's the same way. You know, I put in underground utilities. So it's a bunch of big bad linemen and guys that think they have to bottle all this stuff in, but when they overhear you talking about your story to somebody else, that plants that seed. And, you know, a couple weeks later you hear them reaching out to you like, hey, what got you started doing what you're doing? And it helps a lot to be able to talk to them people and give them what I've learned so they can maybe build something onto their life. You know,
Absolutely.
and that's awesome for me, you know.
Yeah.
That just seeing that and being just a little portion of that help is awesome for my recovery as well.
Absolutely.
Man,
And, like-
in all my groups and stuff, I'm always preaching about TikTok to the guys here in the rehab. And for the longest time, a lot of them thought, you'd think I was talking about church politics in prison. Like, they thought I was crazy. They didn't. And then they start seeing me actually walking around here talking to people, helping people with their problems, and then they're like, wait, how do you do that? And I'm like, bro, just start a TikTok account and just dive in. I don't know. Just be yourself, get on TikTok,
That's it.
and just share your story, share your life, show people that you can recover out loud and be happy. I love being a part of the Shark family because like we got a whole group chat. If I ever meet anybody, there's somebody awake, there's somebody in some part of the country that's going to answer. It's not like calling somebody around here because, hey, it's 2 in the morning, I woke up and I'm having a mutiny thought and I don't know what to do about it. I can hit that group chat any time of the night and somebody's probably going to be awake because of the time difference. I love TikTok recovery, dude. It's brought so many options to people that didn't even know that there was possibilities.
Absolutely.
And then for me, like I worked before I got myself fired for stealing medicine because I'm still a drug addict. In December, I work with juveniles in mental health field. So it's a residential facility. I was a supervisor, and I'm good at it. But what I realized is, I'm sitting there telling them, if you just talk about it, it'll be better, right? You'll feel better. But then I wasn't living that in my life. So when I started just kind of being real on TikTok and just telling people how I feel, like talking about being molested at 7 by my brother, like talking about that shit, and just, fuck, man, it freed me. And I'll be honest, yeah, it's nice to help other people, and that is my goal. But I'm selfish, bro, and if it makes me feel better, I want to do that shit more.
Be selfish.
So I just would keep, once I started getting it out, it just felt better and better. And then what I realized, from a couple messages was like us putting ourselves out there, being willing, like Alan said, to be vulnerable and just be like, look, this is us. Good, bad, indifferent. I've been a shitbag and I've been awesome. And everywhere in between, it just being willing to do that, like someone might not make a huge video, but it starts them on a path where they're reaching out and talking to people.
Yeah.
And doing things like that. And that's, to me, that's powerful. Like to be able to reach someone I've never met. I'm in West by God, Virginia, man. Like, stay the fuck out of the way. That's why me and Alan get along. I'm in West Virginia. He's up in like Idaho and Montana. Like, we're out in the middle of nowhere. But like, I can reach someone in LA. Like, my AA group is in Palm Springs and there's an LA group. Like, it's crazy. We can just reach people. Well, like, we're like people like Cant, he's talking to people in the UK all the time. Like, that's fucking nuts.
You're people in the UK all the time too.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Love it. So, like I said, you can reach out at any time and somebody's there.
It means that if anyone out there needs help, they can find help.
Right.
But by us doing this, we're making that easier for people to find.
Absolutely.
Because before this, all I knew were meetings. I didn't know anything about Zoom meetings. I didn't know anything about shit like that. We have one meeting in my town once a week, and that shit was closed for a year. So that's how I got on here. That's how the alternative started. We started a YouTube channel before TikTok where we were just doing we were just doing a topic discussion and and just talking about it. And then we finally, I don't know what led us to download TikTok. We just did it. And it was a lot of booty shaking, a lot of nonsense, so it was like we were about to get rid of it. And then all of a sudden, like, the wife found the recovery aspect of it. And not only did she just find that, like, she just found a whole community that instantly brought us into their lives, that, took us in. We know people by name that we call our friends today. That's what this is about. There could be no one watching this live right now, and this right here is okay with me. We're having a good conversation. This is what helps me stay clean today.
Yeah. Hey, have you guys had anybody like reach out to you and ask why you talk about like the dirty shit you did? I know I have.
The dirty shit?
Like the bad shit we've done, the stealing, the manipulating, the gas. Like, I talk about it because I want people, like I explained to them, like, you need to understand that this facade, this comb over, and this like this like dirty look that I got. Like,
I gotta remember where someone fellas and shit.
Well, what I want to say is, like,
normal guys.
Yeah, like, you can be a complete and utter shitbag, and I was in every fucking way, man. I drove, and I'm gonna say it not for effect, but like just to prove a point. Like, I took my 3-week postpartum baby and pregnant wife, or postpartum wife, drove 7 hours to get like 5 Suboxone.
Yeah.
Like, and she called me, she's like, and I told her my grandma died. And she was like, oh, I want to go to be a supportive wife. I'm like, no, just stay. I thought I could go for a week and come back.
Yep.
She went, and most normal people, even if you get that far, are like, okay, well, she called it. Let me just not. Like, say, we don't got to go. Nope. My ass loaded everywhere. Fuck, dog, everybody.
People need to know that shit. People need to know that shit.
That is because, like, I was there, but now I'm, like I said, we're supposed to.
Yeah.
It's 100% important because you sit there and think, man, no one else does this crazy shit I do. Like, I can't tell anybody about this.
People-
Like, I'm a fuck up. Like, I really can't do this. And I hear you guys talking about it. I'm like, we are family. I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
People need to know where.
I ain't never met him, but I know him like a
Yeah.
my head. Yeah.
People need to know where addiction brings people. It brings us to our worst. It doesn't matter. No one matters around us. We might care at some points in time, But if I'm sick, I'm sick. I am not. I don't give a fuck about you. You know, I don't care.
It's the number one thing I love.
Oh yeah, if I need to go to sleep, I'll
And that's not that. I don't just talk. I am an alcoholic too. You know, I always resorted back to alcohol at first, and it was way worse than, you know what I mean. That was my deepest times. You know, because I could do that normally, and that's why it was so bad for me, because I drank and 24/7. So.
But I think the coolest part is looking back now and seeing who we're not anymore.
It's amazing. That's the message. How are we staying clean today? How are we staying sober today? That's what people need to hear. Not war stories. They need to hear the message, not the sickness.
Yeah,
You know?
no, 100%. And, you know, like, I just tell you how powerful this is, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when I came on here, I've only been around TikTok now for about 2-3 weeks, right? And when I came on, it was literally because my kids were on here, and I wanted to make an account so that I can throw their accounts under mine so I can kind of watch what the hell they're doing. Right?
Absolutely.
And, you know,
Good
so
dad.
that's kind of what got me into TikTok. And then I started getting kind of sick of the Facebook nonsense, you know, all the, like, you know, professional people who think they're professionals.
The shitters.
Like, this is what works for COVID. This is what does. I was like, I'm sick of COVID, man. I don't want to hear about it anymore. You know what I mean? So I kind of came over to TikTok, and what I did was I took my guitar and I just started like playing a few cover songs. You know, I remember I did a Nirvana song, and somebody commented on there, and it was my first post, and they said, I'm really struggling with my alcoholism right now, and this song really helps, you know. And I replied in the comments or whatever, and then I made a video about it. It just basically said, like, you know, I'm an alcoholic, and I know what you're going through, and you know, if you need anything, reach out, right? And I made that video at about 8 o'clock at night, and then I woke up the next morning and my phone was exploded. Like, I turned on TikTok, and there was like 99 plus notifications, and I'm like, where the hell are these notifications coming from? You know, and I go in there, and it's like, this person followed you, this person followed you, know, and it's like, I'm like looking through, and I'm like, who the hell are all these people, you know? And then I start clicking on it, and it's like, okay, recovery army, shark, recovery army, shark. Like, who are these sharks, man? You know what I mean? Who are these sharks? Who is this recovery army? You know, and so yeah, and then it was Recovery Sal there. I remember I reached out because I started all my feed. I started following all these people back, and then I started kind of, you know, seeing the positive message that was going on. You know what I mean? And like seeing everybody's posts and duets and all that. And I was like, man,
That is
like,
Canuck
I'm
Dad,
finding it in
Paul.
a community. That this is what I wanted to be in. You know what I mean? Like, I tried it on Facebook, it didn't work. You know, I tried joining like
Canuck Dad,
recovery groups on Facebook and stuff, and it was just, you know, you think the drama on TikTok's bad? Like, go on a group on Facebook. Holy Christ!
Yeah.
You know, and then you know,
I don't even open Facebook anymore.
yeah, man, and it's, you know, and it got to the point where, you know, I just started, you know, connecting with all these videos that were being posted because I followed everybody back, and then I finally reached out to Sal, and I was like, you know, I'm really digging what this recovery army thing's about. You know what I mean? Like, I love this non-judgment, you know, 100% supportive group of people that you guys got going on here. You know, and you know, he just replied like, "Welcome to the family." You know,
Yeah.
like, and I said, like, how do I get in on this, right? And he just said, you know, post content, try to make it positive, support others, and hashtag us and put the logo up on your videos, right? Welcome to the family. You're a part of it, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit, like that it just went from like, I'm making guitar videos to all of a sudden like, we're in this recovery family, right? Like we're in, yeah, you know, and it's like I said, it's been 2.5 weeks, and like, I've already,
That's awesome.
I'm connected with like 21 or 2,200 people now that I think follow me on TikTok, and it's like, holy Christ, you know, like that's the power of recovery on TikTok, you know.
And I don't mean to like talk too much, sorry, but like I wanted to point out like to that point, man, like as a veteran, there are so many veterans who struggle with addiction and alcoholism to cope with the PTSD and the other things. And this TikTok thing, for me to be able to cross over, you know, I don't know if you guys know who Pack 22 Alpha is, but he's on TikTok, and he has a wolf ranch out in Colorado and one in Texas. Why will they save them? They have veterans come out, and you know they have veterans who have issues with PTSD, mental health, and then have someone they want to fly someone like me out to talk to them about their substance abuse. Like, to be able to help other veterans is the fucking coolest thing that could have ever happened.
Absolutely.
Like, recovery is cool, but recovering veterans, for me, it's like a crossover. It's like, if you're playing music, you know that there are a lot of musicians who struggle just because that's the scene. And alcohol and everything. And you have people, and I mean, notoriously, the greatest musicians of our lives died of this disease. You know? It's crazy. So,
all the latest great sides.
So the crossover that TikTok provides, you know what I mean, for your passions to all meet at one place and be able to reach people through this is so cool, man.
It is.
I agree with that.
It is.
I see how many different groups I fit in. I got chronic illness, I got cancer survivor, addiction.
And that's where it's at, Brian.
All in one place.
Yep.
I even get my mental health pep talks. I've got a baby mom who's extremely narcissistic, and she made me think it was me when I was on the drugs. And then when I started getting sober and I started actually getting information, I started realizing she was a narcissist. I listened to Ask Courtney, and she helped me deal with my baby mom exponentially. Like, I can get around her bullshit. She doesn't jerk me by the emotional chain no more. Dude, I felt so much help on TikTok.
Yeah,
it's great.
And what's important is, you know what I mean? Like, dual diagnosis is such a huge part of addiction. And before or after, because after we put the alcohol or the drugs down, we're still left with ourselves. Everything is not okay. And I want to say this, I'm not a doctor, but I have experience because I am dual diagnosed. So I have experience with what I know. And I always try to make sure to tell everyone that I can't tell you what's going to work for you, only what works for me. And that's how, again, that's how you share the message. That's how you help people.
Shopping and they can find a path that fits them.
Absolutely.
That they feel
Absolutely.
When I started getting sober too, after the pink cloud ended and everything, I realized like I was starting to get depressed again. I was starting to get resentment again. I was starting to do all the same things again, and I realized like that was just the alcohol and the drugs. That was how I was trying to treat my problem.
Yep.
And and so when finally I realized I was trying to fix the problem with the problem, like that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So reaching out to people like you, and we're killing two birds with one stone here. Number one, the stigma of addiction and alcoholism.
Yes.
Talk about it. Men talking about it. It's okay. You know what I mean? Get a group of guys together from all different backgrounds saying, hey, we can open up and talk about our feelings. And what's better than that? Than to show other men that, hey, it's okay, you're not alone. You can talk about this, and it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a sissy. It doesn't make you anything but somebody trying to get better. And that's like one of the biggest things I love about the male creators too is like that dude sharing. That's cool. Like, that's cool. Because when I grew up, it was
I get that a lot.
Be tough. Don't talk about it. And that's how I grew up. And I don't have to live like that anymore. So that's what I love about this too.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because that's our ego, dude. We always think we can do it ourselves. We can't. And that's once you learn that you're not alone, it's not that you want to be alone, because I don't think anyone ever wants to be alone. But when you realize that you do have help out there, it's much, once you start asking for it, it becomes much easier to do things together. And that's the point of it. We are at the end of the time for the podcast, though. Did everyone get to share, though? Did everyone get to share why they came to TikTok? Does anyone else feel like they have anything more important to share that someone needs to hear?
I just love what you're doing, man, and I'm glad I got to
What we're doing. This is this is an entity. This is us.
Thanks for having this idea. Thank your wife. We love your wife. Thank her for her idea. Gigi and all them.
Yeah.
Just got us over here.
And I appreciate you letting me be part of it too, man. And I'm looking forward to next week. This is going to be a weekly thing.
Absolutely, every week, man.
All right, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys to the fullest. Brian, Benny, Travis, everybody.
Love you guys.
Let's have fun.
Tyler, I'm going to talk to you after.
Yep. I'll stay
I'll
out.
see you guys next week, man.
Later, guys. See you next week.
Later.
Awesome. And this is, again, Choosing Recovery live on our YouTube. It will be a weekly thing. We will tag every content creator in the videos for the TikToks and everything like that to make sure everyone is known. and help support these guys, because these guys are doing amazing things. These guys are helping people, and that's the whole point of this. So, all right, see you guys next week. End stream. And.